birthday of the United States of America. And we're looking pretty good for that age. And then, well, it's not officially July 4th. In my neighborhood, folks have started Independence Day celebrations for a week or more, whenever fireworks have been sold, so it's been really celebratory. If you are joining us for the first time, thank you. We know who you are. You are a child of God, and we are grateful your consciousness is now part of ours. If you'd like to know more about us, please check out our website at capitalcityunity.org, and where you'll find a link to our YouTube channel for all the lessons and meditations. As you can see, I'm platforming for Marty today. Not really. However, I'm more than pleased to have our guest speaker, Esther Loveridge, graciously step in for him. Thank you, Esther. You are in for a treat today. Esther is going to serve up one of her specialties, and that's a lesson about joy. So thank you, Esther. And as I said, most of you know it. We were planned to be Marty's last lesson today as his principal speaker. However, when he was at a relative's wedding last weekend in Chicago, he brought home a little COVID hitchhiker. So he's recovering and binge watching Netflix. And so keep getting well, Marty. And we will have a Marty party on another Sunday. So let's take a deep breath right now and bless each other as we come together to do what we do best, and that is pray. And let's center ourselves in God. And even though we are not all in the same room, we are together, we are connected and reaching out in spirit and in thought. For as Jesus, our way shower, affirmed, whenever two or more gather in my name, I am there. I am there. So Esther has some music planned in her talk. However, we'll be singing, for those of you who want to get ahead. We're going to start with 362, that's "Oh Beautiful for Spacious Skies." And our meditation song today will be "I Am Free, I Am Unlimited," which is 322 in the Wings of Song hymn book. And as I mentioned, I am delighted that you can join us on this special day, Independence Day. It's a day that celebrates freedom. And for many, we celebrate the 4th of July tomorrow. We'll be enjoying a parade or barbecuing the traditional hot dogs, hamburgers. They'll be watching fireworks and be with family and friends. And for Americans, the 4th of July should also mean thinking about the freedoms that have been hard fought. Freedom of speech and assembly, freedom to disagree, and the freedom to have your own faith. The freedom of choice. How important is that? That is independence, my friends, and this power of choice is one of the greatest freedoms we have in this country. And I don't have to tell you, with these freedoms come responsibilities. And today there's a lot of anguish and disruption in our nation. There's a lot of vitriol, and there's a lot of hate. And a lot of this has to do with our freedom of speech. It's especially challenging to hear what many have to say. This country has long supported freedom of speech. We can say what we want or feel what we need to say, yet with this freedom comes great responsibility, because as we know, words have power. And it is our responsibility to use this power wisely. We don't agree with everyone. When we speak our mind, I want you to think about it. Is what you say necessary? Is what you say kind? Does it add to the conversation? Is it hurtful? When we speak our mind, it is our responsibility to speak directly but gently. We do not need to be judgmental or tactless, blaming or cruel when we speak our truths. But remember, they are our truths, not necessarily everyone. So I urge you to be kind, be mindful when you exercise your right to speak. And above all, we can never take our freedoms for granted. Cherish them, protect them, and use them wisely. So that is why people still come to the United States in droves. They are seeking these freedoms. We are so blessed. We truly are blessed. So in honor of our beautiful country, let's start Independence Day off with a song. And I would like everyone to stand, if you can, to start with "Oh Beautiful for Spacious Skies," number 362. Sharon? Song. And before I continue on, I also want to thank Claudia for our very patriotic flower invitation. Thank you, Claudia. It's beautiful. It's absolutely great. Esther, you look perfect there. I don't know why I didn't get the red, white, and blue message. I am so sorry. So just as we celebrate the freedom and the beauty of our physical world today, let's also celebrate the freedom of our spiritual heritage and our Christ self, our higher self. I'd like to read from today's daily word, and that word is free. Living from Christ, my Christ nature sets me free. Living from my Christ nature sets me free. As a spiritual being, I am always free. I remember this at those moments I feel at the mercy of an unpredictable world. While I may not be able to control what happens around me, I can take comfort knowing I don't need to. I am free to choose my response, but even more, I am free to meet life for my divinity, the breath of my spiritual power. In prayer, I claim divine ideas. I use my gift of imagination to envision the life I wish to live and the gift of will to make the choices to bring it about. I speak affirmations to raise my consciousness and help create conditions for my highest and best outcomes to manifest. I find precious freedom realizing that life doesn't happen to me. Life happens through me. And from John chapter 8, verse 36, so if the Son makes you free, you will be free indeed. And now, my friends, to those affirmations that we say together and know at the core of our soul. There is only one presence, one power, one love active in my life, God the good, omnipotent. Can we say this together? There is only one presence, one power, one love active in my life, God the good, omnipotent. And there is only one presence, one power, and one love active in this ministry, God the good, omnipotent. Let's affirm together. There is only one presence, one power, and one love active in this ministry, God the good, omnipotent. And today there is only one presence, one power, one love active in our nation, God the good, omnipotent. Let's affirm together. There is only one presence, one power, one love active in our nation today, God the good, omnipotent. And we go out, we radiate out with there is only one presence, one power, one love active in the world today, God the good, omnipotent. Let's affirm together. There is only one presence, one power, one love active in the world today, God the good, omnipotent. And it is with these words and in this consciousness that we bless the names of the people and the pets in the prayer box and the prayer requests that you have not spoken but are on your heart. We know as we speak our affirmations and pray today, we hold them in that healing light of love and peace. And as we sit with our affirmations and our prayers, I'd like to read portions of a prayer for our nation by Marianne Williamson. Dear God, we join in prayer to celebrate this nation and surrender its destiny to you. We give thanks in our hearts for the founding of this country. We give thanks for and bless the souls of those who came before us to found this nation and to nurture and to save it. We ask that God's Spirit now fill our hearts, and may we play our parts in the healing and the furtherance of our country. May we be cleansed of all destructive thoughts. May judgment of others, bigotry, racism, and intolerance be washed clean from our hearts. May our minds be filled with the thought of God and only God, His unconditional love and His acceptance of all people. May the beauty and the greatness of this land burst forth once more in the hearts of its people. May the dreams of our forefathers be realized in us, that we might live in honesty and integrity and excellence with our neighbors. May this great country be a light unto nations of hope and goodness and peace and freedom. May violence and darkness be cast out of our midst, and may hatred no longer find fertile ground in which to grow here. May all of us feel God's grace upon us. Reignite, dear God, the spirit of truth in our hearts. May our nation be given a new light, the sacred fire that once shone so bright from shore to shore. May our children be blessed. May we be renewed. May we be grateful for our freedoms. Dear God, please bless America. Thank you, God. Amen. Okay, I'd like to do a few announcements. I have a few down here. There we go. All right. Let me start with this one. Last week, Phil mentioned his newest book, Putting It All Together. Here it is copied. We have copies of it. Yay! And what he does is he connects the 5 great religions of the world back to a basic tenet. One that we all know in our hearts to be true, and that is there is only one presence, one power, God the good, omnipotent. And they find that thread through all the religions of the world. So his latest is back at the book table with Karen. And thank you, Karen, for doing that. So pick up a copy. I think Esther's already ordered it on Amazon, and she got hers. And it is actually, it's a short book, but there's a lot of meat in here. So I hope you enjoy it as much as I have. And, beg your pardon?
Phil Pearson. Oh, okay. That's Phil's new book.
Phil's new book. It actually came out June 26th. That's his latest. Okay. And our dear Esther is giving you copies of her book, From Donuts to Potatoes. It's a story of her and her husband's journey through more than weight loss. It was a journey through a whole life change, isn't it? A whole life change. So there's copies in the back if you'd like to pick up your copy, or if you're on Zoom, please order, and Esther will send you your copy at no charge. I think Claudia's going to put in Esther's email. Excellent. Thank you, Claudia. She's already done that in the chat. And it will be also Esther's email in the newsletter coming out this week. So if you don't have your copy, I urge you to contact Esther and get your copy. It is a great book. And always in the children's section, I Am Love. These are wonderful series of books. I'm Love, I'm Compassion. They're wonderful to sit with your children, or probably grandchildren at this point, or maybe in some cases great-grandchildren. They have a little yoga in the back for them to sit and be in comfort and gentleness and calmness. And also it's a wonderful story that goes throughout that the children love. So I always urge this particular by Susan Verde. Okay, that's those, but I also have one other announcement, and though we all know that Marty is stepping down as the principal speaker, there are some wonderful speakers stepping up in July for us, and that is Mary Ann Friend returns. We had her about a month ago. She was the minister of the Center for Unity of Motherlode, and she gave a wonderful talk, and now she works with the Unity of Stockton, and she's going to be speaking to us. And our Phil is going to return, and someone new, Reverend Carol Warnemede, and she is the minister of Unity of Reading. She is retiring next month and has moved already to Sacramento. So she will be joining us, and of course Marty will be back sometime, maybe this month or next month, and we'll have the Marty party. Okay, so please check your weekly newsletter for any more good stuff. Jackie?
Are we all in person for these?
I assume we all are in person here, and those who are going to be remote speakers, Eric, our wonderful sound guy, is going to put them up on the screen. There is a screen there, actually, and we will have the ability to be in service listening to them remotely, because Phil is not driving much anymore, and but we still want to get together. So yes, as far as I know, we will all be here, but please watch your newsletter, because as the weather, things change. Okay, so now I want you all to get ready for our meditation, and we're going to sing I Am Free, I Am Unlimited. That's number 322, and we're going to sing it through twice, Sharon. And I'm sure you don't even have to look at your books because you all know this one. So, Sharon? right, dear friends. I invite you to think about the words we just sang. I am free, I am unlimited. There are no chains that bind me. I am free. I am unlimited right now. Prayer and meditation should be right where you are, limitless and free. It is your time to connect with your higher source, the place where your true nature, joy, resides. Now's your time to slow the world. All you need to do is go into the silence and open your heart. So let's do that. Let's express our limitless freedom and joy in the silence. I invite you to sit comfortably with your spine up tall, your feet on the floor. Asking you to relax your shoulders, belly and your thighs. Take a deep breath in. Let it out slowly. And again. Breathe in deeply through your nose. And breathe out through your mouth. I know you probably immediately feel the tension flowing out with your breath. Amazing thing about your breath, it signals to you, I am moving into my sacred spot. Allow yourself to further settle. Let go of your to-do list, or your stress, or concerns of the day. You can set them aside right now. Only breathe in and relax into this moment. You are giving yourself a gift of being in the now. Even though you remain connected to your body, know and be aware of your breathing. With your slowed, calm breath, feel how your body relaxes. Be aware of the rise and the fall of your chest, the rhythm of your breath, of your heart. Notice how precious and how extraordinary your breath and your body are. And how calm and relaxed your body is feeling. As you softly breathe, your body begins to soften, becomes lighter, weightless, opening yourself up into this relaxation and calm. And now ever so slightly, turn up the corners of your mouth. Notice how your body reacts to this subtle smile. Every last bit of tension drops away from your forehead, your shoulders, your belly, your thighs. Everything becomes lighter. Becomes weightless. you're shifting into the awareness of the divine mind, become aware there is joy. Joy. Joy is with you right now in this moment. Joy is your natural state of being. Joy allows us to be free. Joy allows us to experience God love at the highest level. Joy is in the moment. And as your mind relaxes, you are connected with God, and your heart is open. It is joy that you are feeling. It is you and the one with God. As joy becomes more prevalent, this connection becomes stronger. Your heart pulses with this energy of joy. You lean into this joy, this bliss, this gratitude. Right now, in this moment, you can think of nothing but joy. And joy. And more joy. And you are joyful for no other reason than knowing you are a child of God. That's all you need. Joyful feeling bubble from the top of your head to the tips of your toes, filling every cell in your body responding to joy, embraced by joy, hugged by joy. This joy is you, and you are a presence of joy. Take a breath. How free you feel. How light. And in this moment, you can't contain it. This joy, this freedom, this joy radiates out. Your joy lights the world. I am free. I am joy. I am free. I am joy. Isn't this an extraordinary feeling? Almost weightlessness in knowing this is connecting you to your divinity. Now I invite you to stay here for a quiet moment. Bask in your joy while you listen to the music. as we begin to leave this time of meditation together, take a few breaths. This joy-filled lightness is with you. You can't help but smile easier and feel joyful throughout your day. Take another few breaths and relish this feeling of joy. Carry it with you always, because joy is already yours. It is within you. It is your inheritance from God. It's still in us at our creation. Like love, it is always part of it, always ready to be activated. We don't have to wait for something to throw our joy switch. We can activate joy in ourselves, not because of what's going on in our lives, or even in spite of what's going on, but simply because we are. Open yourself up every day, my friends, to the wonders that surround you, the gift of your senses, your joy-filled life. Commit to sharing joy through kindness and positivity as God's joy shines through you. Thank you, God. Thank you. Amen. And now, my friends, let's be joyful as we listen to Esther's message.
After that wonderful meditation, Suzanne, it's like, I can just say, let's all go home, right? What else is there? Thank you so much. Well, my topic today is make a joyful noise. And it was so appropriate that you brought joy into your meditation. And first of all, I want to remember Marty, who is recovering from COVID. I trust that he is feeling stronger every day. And if you're watching, Marty, we bless you. This was supposed to be his day of Marty party, to acknowledge him for his years of faithful service as our principal speaker and as host of our weekly prayer circle. His contribution to this ministry has been one of selfless service, and I will greatly miss those well thought out talks. He has encouraged me in my spiritual journey, and that is immeasurable. He does still owe us another talk, and that will be announced when determined. In the meantime, I am here to share with you my thoughts and fill in as a guest speaker. So where did I come up with the topic, make a joyful noise? Who knows? It's like most things that pop into our heads. And of course, those of us who are in unity would like to think that it is Spirit leading us. Why not? When I came up with make a joyful noise as the topic for my talk, I was not thinking about the 4th of July or the fireworks that are often set off in the night sky for the enjoyment of those who enjoy fireworks. And I love fireworks. I think they are magic. I remember the early days of the California State Fair back in the 1950s when it was on Stockton Boulevard. Some of you local people maybe had a chance to go there. I could actually sit on my bed in the evening and watch the nightly fireworks from my 2-story bedroom window. Later in life, when I had my own home and a dog, the fireworks drove him crazy, and he would try to chew the shingles off the side of the house. Now that we are even older and the fireworks are not limited to the actual 4th of July day, I admit we find them a bit disturbing at a late hour when we don't get to enjoy the visual display. That brings me to another version of make a joyful noise. It is found in the 100th chapter of the book of Psalms, which is a psalm of praise. And it goes like this in verse number 1. Make a joyful noise unto the Lord, all ye lands. Well, my sense of humor was relieved when I learned that singing in tune or even in harmony is not a prerequisite. The condition is that our noise be joyful. How easy is that? In verse 2, we are instructed to serve the Lord with gladness. And isn't that how we enter his gates in verse 4 with thanksgiving when we start our song and our service with, "This is the day the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it." I think so. Well, this chapter 100 is short and sweet and ends with the 5th verse telling us, "The Lord is good. His mercy is everlasting, and his truth endureth to all generations." Well, as I turn to our Wings of Song hymnal, looking for appropriate songs to sing today, I was reminded once again, they are wonderful, wonderful hymns, and they are so rich, and they just really spoke to my heart. Well, I thought of all the times I have sung them, wondering if my voice sounded okay, and if it was a song I could harmonize with others in the congregation. Or did I believe what I was really singing? Did the words register with me? Or was I simply just moving through the song as though it was a ritual? Well, today I would like to revisit some of these precious words written many years ago, but they have endured to all generations, as stated in the 100th Psalm. I think Claudia has said it before, and I love the idea that singing is like a prayer with vibration. Thank you, Claudia. It's just a little bit different than a silent prayer as it resonates through our body. Well, when I was growing up in a Pentecostal church, we often felt like the best services were the ones where we felt so blessed during the song service that there was just never time to get around to the sermon. Maybe it just meant we would rather sing than listen to a sermon, and maybe that's what Spirit's trying to say today. At any rate, today we're going to focus on the beautiful messages written to us so long ago in the form of verse and music. On page 40 of our hymnal, I would like us to listen to the words, "Fill me with thy presence, Lord," after Sharon plays one verse through for us. As she plays, may we meditate on the music and maybe acknowledge our desire to be filled personally with the presence of God so that our cup runs over. Sharon, can you play that song? Such a beautiful song, and it requests that love may shine through me to quicken that same presence, Lord, in all whose eyes can see. That wisdom may be mine to share, thy light with all who need to let their own light shine. It also asks to guide what power we wield, that it may ever strengthen good and be from ill a shield. It then asks the question, but need I longer wait? Thy presence has been given me to live and radiate. And that is why we're all here. Those words come from a hungry heart wanting to share love and be all we can be. And then on page 145, I'd like Sharon to play one time through the song, "Sweep over my soul," as we acknowledge that the Spirit of God is in this place and on Zoom, where two or more have gathered together. As we feel God's presence sweep over our soul, we sweep out hate and fear, sweep in love and peace, and finally, sweep in grace and joy. On page 7, we have the song, God Will Take Care of Me, and Sharon could play that now. The beautiful part of that song is God will take care of me, God will take care of you, and God will take care of us. As Phil pointed out last week in his lesson, God knows what we need even before we ask. This song points out that nothing I ask will be denied. God will take care of me, you, and us. Through every day or all the way, He will take care of all of us. That is not a promise that He might or that He will think about it, but says He will. I love the song, Blessed Be the Tie That Binds, on page 197. This is a song I sang whenever I attended a Gideon meeting with my parents. This song was sung as we gathered in a circle at the conclusion of a meeting. Sharon will play that now for us. What a wonderful memory that brings back for me. The short song says, Blessed be the tie that binds our hearts in Christian love. The fellowship of kindred minds is like to that of love. Certainly I feel this way when we gather here together or on Zoom and feel the consciousness of the Christ that resides in each of us. It is truly what binds us all together. On page 11, we have a song adapted by our co-founder, Myrtle Fillmore. Oh, that is now glory for me. Thank you, Sharon. Thanks again, Sharon, for playing these songs through for us. We can banish all burdens of sorrow and pain. My soul's aglow with an infinite flame. My voice exultant now sings this refrain, anthem of glory, oh glory for me. The chorus she adapted says, Oh, that is now glory for me, glory for me, glory for me. For by his grace I now look on his face. That is my glory, oh glory for me. And when we behold the Christ in each other, isn't that a beautiful reminder? And then we also love the song, there shall be showers of blessing, there shall be seasons refreshing, sent from the Savior above. Showers of blessing we need. Mercy drops round us are falling, but for the showers we plead. Blessings are promised. I trust that this time we have spent together this morning will be a time of refreshing to each of you. And I hope you leave singing. There is sunshine in my soul today. It is glorious and bright, ever glowing with a warming ray, for Jesus is my light. Oh, there's sunshine, blessed sunshine, as the peaceful, happy moments roll. For I behold the Christ in every face. There is sunshine in my soul. I hope the beautiful words to all these songs will fill your mind and soul as you continue to make a joyful noise in song, and perhaps even enjoy the fireworks as we celebrate the freedom we experience on our national holiday. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Esther. You know, you're absolutely right. When the words fail me sometimes in prayer, the spoken word, the songs immediately come. Immediately I can sing, and it puts me into a joyful state. So thank you. Thank you for sharing your love of music and your joy. Thank you, Esther. So now we have our time for our love offering. Thank you. Thank you, ladies. Come on up. So everyone, will you take your offering in your hand? And that includes your folks on Zoom, or bless what you have sent us. And know that you are all stewards of divine abundance. Whatever you need, you know it will be met. You have no lack or limitation. You give and receive with gratitude. You tithe your treasure, talents, and time. So let's make this a personal affirmation. I give in love because I love to give. Affirm together. I give in love because I love to give. That. And thank you all. We know that every bit that you give is from your heart, and it blesses not only the church, it blesses you. It blesses everyone, because as you give, you shall receive tenfold. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And now this comes to the end of our service, but instead of doing the peace song today, I thought we could just stand and we could all sing God Bless America. And you don't need the words because you know them right here. We all know God Bless America. So if we could just take a moment and stand. Sharon. let's do our prayer for protection. Please, all of us together. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power
Of God protects us.
the
The
presence
presence of God watches over us.
wherever
Wherever we are,
We
God
are. God is.
and all is
All
well.
Have a
is
happy,
well.
wonderful, safe 4th of July. Eat as much pie and hot dogs and hamburgers as you'd like.